Peace to all of my beautiful crown heads. Thank you guys so much for being in attendance tonight. I want to first and foremost say thank you to all of my beautiful crown heads that have taken their time to purchase my latest book. Submission is not the enemy, a key factor to a healthy relationship. We are #1 on Amazon for our category. So I'm very, very, very grateful for that. Thank you guys so very much. I have the link listed down in the description box below. So if you have not purchased, make sure that you do so. We have a 20-day sale for $5.99. You can get this book for only $5.99. We're now on day 17. So take advantage while the offer is still there. Okay, now that we got that out the way, I want to go ahead and get into tonight's discussion, and it very well may be triggering, and I understand that this conversation, can be uncomfortable, which is why I went ahead and put that in the title. Unfortunately, we live in a society where baby mama is the norm. It's very normal for there to be single parent households where the father is involved and maybe they're just not in a relationship with the mother, or maybe the father is not involved, but this woman still has children, and it can be very much so difficult to pursue a relationship with the woman that has children tied to her. While babies are a blessing, I really want to make sure I say this. While babies and children are a blessing that you should never take for granted, you should never be disappointed about, you should never feel any negative way about having children. Okay? While I strong-heartedly believe that, and I know that to be true, and I can't wait till I have my own children someday, very soon, with my husband, but the reality is having a woman that has children can be a turnoff to a lot of men, and that's why you may see a lot of single mothers have, struggles when it comes to the dating pool. And we're going to get into some of those reasons why a lot of single mothers could very well have those issues. All right. I see we have 120 of us in the building. Please take this time out to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And most importantly, hit the notification bell. Shout out to you, Jeremy Owens, for becoming a new channel member. Thank you so much. You don't have to do that, so thank you. And shout out to you, Pure Soul, for your donation. I appreciate that. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into #1, okay? And again, ladies out there, this is not to be a slight to you or make you feel any type of way. You could be out here and be a single mother and not understanding, like, what is the problem? Why come men are not pursuing me? I'm a good woman. I have this going for me. I have that going for me. Yeah, I have kids, but still, and there are plenty of men out there who would gladly accept your children. Don't, misconstrue this conversation, but let's just be real, y'all. And I know this is uncomfortable. There are a lot of men that maybe a lot of you single women out there would like to be in a relationship with, but they're not checking for you. And this may be why. And again, sis, it's no shade. I'm just being real. And also, before we get into this conversation is also important because there are a lot of men out there that come to me and they're telling me like, hey, I really like this woman, but she has kids and I don't know if I want to get involved with that. Well, this could put you guys up on game to kind of take some things into consideration before you make that move, to let yourself know, okay, that's something that I can deal with, or I feel like I can't deal with that. That's a deal breaker for me. Okay. But let's go ahead and get into #1. Again, I see we have 140 of us. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. #1 on our list, you guys, Out of the 5 reasons why many men don't want to date women with kids or children or have baby daddies is because it's added responsibilities, stress, and obligations that he typically doesn't have to deal with. Okay? Many men may be reluctant to date a woman that has children due to the fact that he will have to take on extra duties and responsibilities outside of the ones that he is already dealing with. Okay? The truth of the matter is, children are responsibilities, and they have wants, needs, and obligations that need to be met, that must take priority regardless of whatever relationship obligations need to be tended to. So children are very important, and they're always going to take precedence over everything. And if you're out here dating, men and trying to, get out here and mingle and all of that, men know that. They know that, hey, when that baby is sick, or that baby has soccer practice, or that baby just has any kind of obligation that needs to be met or dealt with, he's going to be placed on the back burner. Okay. I went on to say that many men are not used to dealing with the added responsibility and stress of taking care of children, especially ones that they technically don't have to deal with. So you're not only having to deal with the woman that has her own needs and wants from you, but on top of that, you're adding on extra responsibilities, extra obligations that technically, if I were dealing with any other woman, that didn't have kids, I wouldn't have to deal with that. So a lot of men would rather go out there and find a woman that maybe does not have that quote unquote extra baggage. Okay. And again, babies are a blessing. I don't want you guys to feel like your babies are a burden or a hindrance. And if anybody makes you feel like that, sis, you don't need to be with him anyway. Okay. He just ain't for you. But I am trying to give you guys a little bit more insight and clarity on why, certain men wouldn't want to be with you, what could be going on through their mind. Okay. That's added stress. You know what I mean? They technically are not obligated to take care of your children, and if a man happens to come into your life and wants to pursue you in that way, he understands that is something that he's going to have to take on in addition to trying to build with you. Okay. What else did I say? I said many men are not used to dealing with the added responsibility and stress of taking care of children, especially ones that he technically doesn't have to. So it makes them lean more towards finding a woman that doesn't have children so that he has more time to focus on building with her. Okay? When children are in the mix, it can interfere with plans, opportunities to become more intimately involved, and just getting able to become closer. Okay, which leads me into number 2. It's an inconvenience. Okay, or it's inconvenient. Okay. Children, once again, are a blessing. They're beautiful and everything. Okay. They complement your life. They bring extra value to your life and all of that great stuff. But when it comes to the dating pool and the dating market, they can be inconvenient to a lot of men, especially if you're dealing with a man that doesn't have kids. He's coming to you and you have, kids that you're taking care of, again, that can get in the way of what he's trying to do. Okay. Children are a beautiful blessing that should never be taken for granted or disappointed about. However, dealing with, raising, and supporting children can be a bit of an inconvenience when it comes to the dating world. Many men may become turned off by the fact that a woman will have to postpone, stop, or completely drop any plans and opportunities to be together and spend quality grown-up time together due to her having to always tend to her children first. Okay? And ladies, if you are a good mother, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are, you know, you're going to put your children at the forefront when it comes to anything. You know, if you're dating somebody, you like him and all of that, you know, that's all fine and dandy. But when it comes to your kids, you're dropping that. Whatever plans that you have with him, you know, that can wait. You know, whatever date you have planned with him, that can wait. My kids need me right now. And a lot of men, once again, they understand that, they know that, and you know, obviously they think that you are a good woman. Otherwise, they wouldn't be interested in you, you know, to begin with. You know, but that could be going on through their mind, like, okay, I know that she's a good woman, and I know that she is a great mother. So I know that that is a possibility where things can pop up unexpectedly, and she has to drop everything and go after her children and spend time with her children, which can, again, interfere with what we're trying to do. You know, I'm trying to be with you. I'm trying to build with you. Your babies, they're beautiful and all of that, but they can get in the way, okay? And again, I ain't trying to shit on y'all kids or nothing, but you know, kids can be a bit of a cock blocker, okay? And again, men are thinking about all of that when it comes to dating women with children, okay? And like I said, a lot of men, they will respect the fact that, you know, you are a good mother and you put your children's well-being first. But it can be inconvenient, queens, okay? And again, that can make men lean more towards that woman that doesn't have the extra baggage tied along to her, you know, because again, when you are a woman out here that's dating and all of that, and you have children, your children are a package deal. You know, y'all all come together as a unit. And again, men understand this, and they're thinking to themselves like, man, yeah, I like her. You know, yeah, the kids are cool. They seem to be, you know, good kids and all of that. But man, I really don't want to, you know, get myself tied up in that extraness of it all. I'm already trying to build with her. And on top of that, I'm going to have to try to build with her kids as well. And then her kids can also get in the way of that, you know, plans. They can get in the way of opportunities to be alone, all of that. You know what I mean? So that is going on through their mind. Okay. 229 of us in the building. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let me see what y'all saying in these comments. Oh man, let me see. What's good, Shakir? What's good? Taekwon says true indeed, Queen. If you that busy or got a lot going on, don't give him your number if you got a lot going on. You know, when a man gets your number, he is going to want to spend time with you. Check mark. I mean, yeah, you know, and that can be difficult, you guys. You have to understand that just because a woman has children doesn't mean that she doesn't want companionship or she doesn't want a man. Like, yeah, they still want to get with men. They want to build with men and all of those great things. They still have their own personal wants and needs, you know. And so, you know, though they know and understand that they have children that they need to tend to and all of that, you know, she's not going to block her own self from being able to potentially build with somebody. So yeah, she's still going to reach out to you. She's still going to give you her number. Like, yeah, I'm tied up with these kids and I'm tied up with all of this and all of that. But, you know, I feel like you are a good catch. I would like to see where this would go. So I can't fault them for being tied up or being busy and still trying to pursue a relationship. You know, you just would hope that a man could be understanding of that and accept that. But many men are not trying to, unfortunately. All right. Sydney says, really appreciate your discussions. Thanks so much. Thank you all so much. I appreciate all of y'all. 231 of y'all. Y'all like the video. Y'all know YouTube been hating on me. Big time hating on me. But it's all good. Shout out to you, Speed Shifter 1981, for your donation. He says, I know it's off topic and I've been a stepdad, but now I'm with a woman who is jealous and insecure when it comes to me spending time with my daughter. Ooh. And that could be another dynamic or, perspective to look at, when it comes to dating. Maybe you are a single dad out there and you're out here mingling and all of that, and women can get jealous, especially if you have a daughter that you're, spoiling, and you're making sure that you're tending to her. They could also throw a monkey wrench into the situation and make a woman not so much turned off from being with you, but make her try to compete with your daughter or with your children. And again, when it comes to behavior like that, you kind of want to side eye it. Okay, because again, your children are very important. And if somebody can't understand and accept your children as their own and respect you guys' relationship, that could be a red flag. I don't know if I would want to be with somebody like that. Okay. But just to have accountability thrown into the mix as well, Speed Shifter, I would have you take a look in the mirror and see what could you potentially or possibly be doing that could make your significant other feel a little bit uneasy. Let me put it to you like this. What if you had a significant other that was very close with her son, and maybe you didn't have children, but she was very close to her son, and she spoiled her son so much so to the point where she would drop everything she was doing with you and tend it to her son, and I don't know how old your daughter is, so if your daughter is a child, she would be X'd out in my personal opinion. I would be done with that girl, because again, that's a child. We don't compete with children. We don't shit on children. Like, no, your child is mine and all of that. But if you're dealing with a grown daughter, that's a different situation. And that's where I want to bring into this scenario. Let's say that you're involved with a woman and she has a son, and maybe he's grown and she's dropping everything and tending to him, and he a grown ass man, and my son need me, my kids come first and all of this, and you're like, but Queen, he grown, he needs to be able to take care of himself and fend for himself and all of that, and she's constantly going after him in that way and dropping and neglecting you for him. If that's the instance that you're doing with your daughter, then I would say, hold up, King, what's going on? Are you spoiling your child to the point where you're neglecting your relationship? Are you being a little bit too blinded by your love for your child to the point where you're neglecting certain things and, you're just being over the top with it in that way? Or are you just genuinely dealing with a childish ass, selfish individual? And if that's the case, then I would say leave her alone. And I don't really feel like that was off topic. I feel like that's something that could also be added to the conversation. And again, thank you for your donation. 260 of us. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. All right. Shout out to you. Again, Speed Shifter says my daughter is 3. Oh no, she out. She out. Hell no. That's a baby. No. She should be interacting with her just as much as you are. Hell no. Thank you so much, Black Introvert, for your donation. He said, Danica, you're looking useful today. Kudos. Thank you so much. So are you saying I'll be looking old any other day? I hope that ain't what you're trying to say. Okay. No, but thank you so much. You always show love. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and move head along to the third thing on our list out of the 5 reasons why many men don't want to date women with kids or baby daddies. Again, number 1 was it's added responsibilities, stress, and obligations that a man typically does not have to deal with, And then number 2 is it can be an inconvenience, okay? Number 3, and this is something that I hear all the time. I hear this all of the time. And it's like, man, I ain't got time for that shit at all. Number 3, she may still be involved with the father of the child, okay? She may still be involved with the father of the child. One of the biggest things that many men think about as it pertains to dealing with single mothers is the fact that she may still be interacting or intimately or romantically involved with the baby's father. This idea makes a man very hesitant to pursue a woman with children because not only may she be involved with her child's father, but he may also have to interact with him as well. And dealing with another man in your relationship is something that many men don't want to be bothered with. Okay, so when you have children, ladies, you most likely have a baby's daddy. Okay, now in many cases, that father is not involved, but in some cases he is. And what if you have multiple baby daddies? That's something that's like, I don't know if I want to be involved with all of those different personalities, having to interact with all of these different men. Like when it comes to me building with a woman and get in a relationship, I would like it to just be about us. I don't want to have to get to know this dude and get to know this guy and build with this child and then having to, kind of deal with, the kids and how they're feeling about it. You know what I mean? Let's be real. Not only are you dealing with the woman that you're trying to build with, now you got to try to have some kind of rapport with the baby's daddy. Now you're going to have to try to build some kind of relationship with the child. It's a lot that goes into, building with the woman that has all of those extra baggages attached to her. And again, like I said, what happens if there are multiple different baby daddies? A lot of men don't want to get involved with that. It's much easier to go after a woman that is single, ready to mingle, with no strings attached to her. Okay? In addition to dealing with baby daddies, the kids. Okay, kids can be a little bit disrespectful, especially if you ain't the pappy. Okay, kids be like, "You ain't my daddy. I ain't gotta listen to you. My daddy said you ain't shit, nigga. My daddy said, and many men just ain't got time for that. You gotta deal with that kind of behavior as well, and that could be a bit of a turn off. Okay, which leads me into number 4. There may be baby daddy drama. Again, ladies, when it comes to you and the dating pool and you're a single mother, it is not anything personal. It's just men trying to look out and have a little bit of foresight and seeing what they may potentially have to deal with. And a lot of men just flat out don't want to deal with it. It's nothing against you. You could be a great woman, a great mother, beautiful woman, beautiful personality, beautiful mind, beautiful soul, all those great things going for yourself. It's just the added extraness that comes along with dating you that runs a lot of men off, okay? Many men don't like the idea of dealing with bitter baby daddies and would much rather find a relationship where that was absolutely not a factor that could be a part of a relationship. Relationships already have their own stresses and problems, and dealing with a baby daddy is just extra added unnecessary stress and drama that could be potentially added. Okay? Dudes ain't got time, sis. They ain't got time to be fighting and arguing with your baby daddy because he got jealous because you moved on. All right? And maybe the guy that you're with now or you're trying to be with now, he may be better off. He may be better looking. He may have a lot more going for himself. He may even be a better father figure to your child or to your children, which again could make that baby's daddy have a little bit of animosity and jealousy. Like, who this nigga over here trying to be, involved with my kids, trying to play daddy and shit? Who this nigga over here with the nice car and he making sure that my baby's fed and making sure my baby's got nice clothes and their hair done and all of that? A lot of men, they don't want to deal with it. They don't. It's a lot of drama that could potentially be attached to you. And again, it's nothing against you. It's everything that comes with you. All right? 290 of us in the building. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let me see what y'all saying in these comments. Ryan over here laughing. I'm just being real. That's it. Thank you, Ryan, for your donation. I appreciate it. All right. Shout out to you, the Octavius72, for your donation. He says, one of the biggest issues I had in previous marriage was my ex and I were unequally yoked. She did not encourage my stepkids to respect me. We constantly bumped heads because of our two different views on raising kids. That's another thing. All right. 302 of us in the building. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. That's another thing that could be added to this list. Okay. And y'all are giving really good feedback. You know, things that I have not even taken into account. You know, when it comes to single mothers and children, certain mothers don't enforce certain rules and respect to be had for, you know, their partner or whoever they are being romantically involved with. You know, they let their children talk to the men that they're with crazy, be disrespectful, be abrasive, even abusive. You know, the kids be trying to hit you and fight you and shit. And she will get mad at you for trying to not disrespect, but discipline the children or correct behavior. And it's like, man, I'm just trying to instill certain things into these children so that they can know better. Like, you don't talk to an adult this way. You don't behave this way in public. You don't act out like this. This is uncalled for. This is bad behavior. Let me correct this error. A lot of women get in their feelings and will be like, hold up, don't talk to my kids like that. You ain't they daddy. They got their own daddy. Ugh. So it could not only just be the fact that baby daddy is coming into the picture and saying, well, those my kids. It could be you, sis. You know, and men don't want to deal with that, because what happens when or if that child is being out of line? That child is being disrespectful. Am I allowed to correct that error? You know, and like the king said, it's like they were married. They were married, and the wife was still like, no, those not your kids. I'm married to you. They are my stepchildren. I have certain accesses and authority over them. You know what I mean? So again, that could be a factor. That could be very, very uncomfortable for a lot of men to deal with, because it's like, man, you don't even have your kids under control. You're not disciplining them in the right manner. And I'm a man, and I'm coming through trying to correct these things. And now you're jumping hot and jumping bad with me, and you're making your children believe that it's okay for them to behave that way. Now you're having, you know, even more tension brewing between you two based upon your children, and you not holding your children accountable. So very, very, very interesting insight that you added to that conversation. Shout out to you, Ryan Adams, for your donation. He says, hell no. Why would you play someone else's saved video game? I mean, I can see and appreciate that analogy, but sometimes you can come through with somebody's saved video game and end up having a better ending to that video game for them, and it even be a better video game for you. You know what I mean? So that could be the case. You know, it's nothing wrong. And I want to make sure I'm saying this. It's nothing wrong with a man getting romantically involved with a woman that has children, coming through where some other man left off and didn't complete the video game or whatever you want to say. You know, that's okay. If you come through and the game was on pause and somebody just gave up on the shit and said, you know what, this game ain't fun no more. I'm going to take my ass over here and play the new video game because that looks more exciting. And you come through and you're like, hey, this video game is pretty damn legit. I like it. You know, I don't understand why he ditched this. This is a good and fun video game to play. You can very well come through and do that, and it'd be the best thing that ever happened to you. So I don't want to deter you guys from getting involved in these relationships with single mothers, because they need it. You know, they need a man to come through and help them with their children and raise their children. Those are beautiful things. Maybe you're a man that, you know, doesn't desire to have your own children. Maybe you want to come through and have, you know, a already made family. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So don't get in your mind like, oh, that's stupid. Don't do no shit like that. Let their ass be single. They made bad decisions. They got with these no good ass dudes. Leave them alone. You know, let them struggle. Nah. If you like her and you feel like their children are a good fit for you and you want to build upon that, build upon that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I feel like this list will give you guys a little bit more insight on what could potentially be some things or obstacles that you could very well face. All right. Shout out to you, Tyrell Nash. You know you always show love. Thank you so much for your donation. All right. 315 of us in the building. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. All right. And hit the notification bell. Harry says a lot of the sperm donors disappear the minute you show up and stop paying their court-ordered child support. And yes, Queen, the kids, Helion and your wife at the point don't want to handle business. What? Well, I get the first part of what you're saying. You know, it's a lot of men that will get bitter and be like, well, you got that nigga over there, have him help you. Nah, you still the father, so you still have to contribute. But let's go ahead and move head along to number 4 on our list, you guys, out of the 5 reasons why many men don't want to date women with kids and baby daddies. And number 4 is, or did we already hit number 4? We already hit number 4. We zooming through this list. Okay, hold on. Did we hit number 4, y'all? Yeah, we hit on number 4 with the baby daddy drama. Yeah. Number 5. And I feel like this is something that I've heard a lot about. Just dealing with men that may have been involved with women that had children. And they were together for X amount of years. And maybe they were married like the king in the comments. You know, it could be very difficult. Okay. If, you know, you guys were to break up. All right. Maybe you are in a relationship with a woman that has kids. You guys are together for, you know, a hell of a long time. To the point where, shit, you accept her kids as your own. You know, it may be a difficult separation if there is a relationship with the children. All right. I've seen many cases in the past where men have come to me and said, you know what, this was maybe the most difficult breakup I ever had to have, because I was not only attached to her, but I was attached to the children. The children viewed me as their father. You know, I was the only dad that they knew. So it was very difficult for me to just pack up and leave, but it just was not working out anymore. And those women that they were with, you know, they don't want you to have contact with their children anymore. It's like, look, bro, we're done. You ain't they real daddy. I know you've been there since they were 6 months or whatever the case was. And I know you've been involved financially and just taking care of them and helping us out and doing everything that a biological father should do. But I don't want you involved anymore. We're done. I don't want my children to see you anymore. I want everything to just be completely over. And that could be difficult for a lot of men to deal with. You know, I've personally heard countless men, you know, I'm a relationship coach. They come to me with these problems and these dilemmas to where they were like, man, you know, it was the most difficult thing because I still want a relationship with those kids. You know, I know that I'm all they know. I know that I'm all they have. So just being cut off from those children like that, it really, really struck a nerve with me. And to have that woman say that, look, they're not your children, no matter how close I was with them, no matter what I did for them, you know, and there's nothing I can do about it. You know what I mean? Once you are done with that situation, you're done with that situation. Until those kids are of age and they're able to reach out to you on their own, it's a done deal. You know, you can't go and pick them up. You can't go and have them at your house when you want to have them at your house. You can't go to their school and talk to their teachers about whatever's going on. You can't do none of that. You know, you're not their father. And so that could be something that's very difficult to get yourself involved with, you know. You could be with a woman that has kids and you hit it right off of that woman and you love her kids and her kids love you and y'all are one big happy family, and then boom, shit ain't working no more. You know, and now you have to let everybody go. And that could be years down the line. And by that time, you've already built that deep bond and that deep relationship with those kids. That could be something very detrimental for everybody. And it's a lot of bitter women out there who wouldn't want you to reach out to their children anymore, no matter how close you guys were. Because again, what happens when that woman maybe gets involved with another man? That man may be looking like, who is this? This not even their daddy. Why is he here? You know, and so that could be something else that's a little bit uncomfortable. You know, so all of these things can play a role into what, you know, makes a man steer clear of dealing with a woman that does have children. You know, it's just a lot of extraness that he would potentially have to deal with that a lot of men just don't want to deal with. You know what I mean? Just be completely honest. That's what it is. All right. And that's my list, y'all. 325 of us in the building. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe, y'all. Let me see what y'all saying in these comments. I'm trying to keep up with y'all. Y'all know I get the running at the mouth with some real shit, though. Stuff that y'all need to hear. Claudio says, fellas, no single man should get in the red. Tap that booty, then run. Brothers, don't listen to Danica. Claudio, that's toxic information. You know what I'm saying? And see, fellas, this is why you have to be very careful with what you are listening to. It's a lot of men out there that are telling you guys that it's okay to be irresponsible. This is why you create children that don't have fathers. You know, you hitting it and quitting it, and then you're creating more dysfunction. Don't listen to that shit. You know what I'm saying? And now you're on child support because you want to listen to this foolishness. Don't do it. Don't do it. Anthony says the main issue is that many are not using protection anymore. Reason so many females are having kids. They will get pregnant way too soon in a relationship as well. Don't fear catching AIDS or STDs. And you know what? That is very important. A very important thing to add to this conversation. You know what I'm saying? All this pump and dump, hit it and quit it type of behavior is very toxic. And it leads to dysfunction and chaos. We're not talking about the soul ties, quote unquote. We're not talking about the potential STDs. We're not talking about the child support and the broken homes and the crazy women that can be attached to that. Because, you know, whether or not you see a future with this woman, you could be pumping and dumping the woman, and now you unpumped and dump somebody that's trying to kill your ass because she ain't with the shit. She ain't with the pumping and dumping. Nigga, I wanted you. So now you have this crazy woman stalking you. Y'all not thinking about the consequences of that. We have to all be very mindful of our behaviors always and actions. We can't be so short-sighted to the point where it's like, you know what? I'm just looking at the ass. I'm just trying to hit it. You know, I just want the dick. You know, no. And so what Anthony is saying is like, okay, yes, but let's also take this conversation a step further and talk about the consequences of our actions. Ladies, when it comes to us having sex with these men, we have to really be mindful and careful about these men that we're choosing. Are we choosing the men like Claudio that's just trying to pump and dump? We shouldn't be having sex with men like that. He has the wrong mind frame. A lot of other men that possess the same type of mindset to where it's like, look, I'm just trying to hit it. You know, and a lot of us women, we get caught up in that thinking, well, I can change him, or, you know, he tricked me, you know, because a lot of Claudios are out there tricking us into believing that they're stand-up guys. But again, to Anthony's point, are we taking our time out to really get to know these men? Because if we did, we'll be able to know and see the signs, see the red flags. We are getting intimate with people way too soon. We're not taking the time out to get to know them. We're going off of face value. He fine. He seems like he got money. He's cute. He's a cool guy. I can go ahead and bust it open. Come to find out, he a Claudio ass dude, and he was just trying to hit and quit, but he was finessing you in the meantime. Well, if you would have took your time to get to know Claudio a little bit longer, you would have saw that he wasn't about shit. You know, he was able to fool you for 2 weeks. Anybody can be Prince Charming for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Give it some time. See how this man really is behaving. You know, before you bust it open. We're not thinking about child support, fellas. We're not thinking about the broken homes, ladies and gentlemen. We're not thinking about the STDs. Condoms don't feel good. I'm allergic to latex. I'm allergic to that shit. It don't feel right. Okay, you know what else don't feel right? Itching and burning. You know what else don't feel good? Child support taking your whole damn check. We have to think about all of this. All right, y'all. Let's do a quick recap, y'all, before I get my ass up off of here. So we got to have these uncomfortable, real conversations, y'all. Y'all laughing, but I'm dead serious. Thank you, Max Array, for your donation. He says, my mother is a single mother, and I recognize now that she was overprotective in my life. And as an adult now, realize how that may have stunted my growth as a man. Oh, that's a very important conversation that we need to have as well. You know, single mothers, we could be a little bit overbearing with our children too. You know, we have to really take all of those things into account in how we're raising our children. And that's another reason why we got to be very mindful of the people that we choose to procreate with. Because, you know, if we had a father in the household, if we were very selective and wise about the men that we chose to bust it open raw for, we wouldn't have to be overbearing and overprotective with our children, because we have another person in that household to help us out so that we're not doing too much, you know, out of love. You know, we don't want our children to have the same mistakes or repeat the same cycles that we did. So it can cause us to be a little bit overprotective and act irrationally and, you know, stunt our children's growth. So that's another important conversation. And again, thank you, Max Array, for your donation. Shout out to you again, Max Array, for your donation. He says, now when I become involved with a single mother, I constantly think about these type of situations. Dating in this world of single mothers. Consider everything before making that choice, because this could affect the child as well. Absolutely. And this is why I feel like this conversation is so important. It's multi-layered. You know, we're hitting on multi-different layers to this conversation. You know, how it can affect the children. You could be attached to the children. The children could be attached to you. That could create some kind of dilemma if you guys were to split up. You know, dealing with the fathers or father, that could create friction, you know, or uneasiness, you know, things that you don't want to have to deal with. Dealing with the woman, you're trying to build with her, but on top of building with her, you have to build with her kids. You know, you have to build some kind of rapport with the baby's father. She may have to tend to her children over you and neglect, you know, you guys building together in the process. All of those things can factor in when it comes to the whole single mother relationship building. You know, even single father, you know, all of that could be, it can make a person uneasy. My personal self, for the longest time, and luckily, by the law of attraction, okay, I got with a man and married a man that didn't have any children, but I did not want a man that had kids. I just didn't. If it were to happen and I really liked the guy, yes, cool. But I didn't want to be involved with a man that had kids because of things like this list. You know what I mean? Just being honest, I'm a little bit, I'm a little bit selfish in that regard, especially if the kids are not mine. I'm just being a little bit too real right now. Just being real, in my mind, back in the day, I'm like, man, I don't want to have to share and split up my time between this, that, and the third, and I understood that, which is why I avoided men that had kids. I just didn't want to get involved with that. My personal preference. Now, again, if I happened to have a man that was a good man and I feel like he was a good catch and he had kids, that just would have been what it was. But that wouldn't have been my preference. You see how I didn't shit on it? B. Simone, okay? I'm still open, and I was still open to the idea of getting with a man that had kids, but it wasn't my preference. It's something I really didn't want to get involved with. But if it happened to come along and it was fitting and I felt like it was good and healthy, I would consider it. I would go ahead and pursue it. But I didn't. And a lot of men may have that same mentality when it comes to women. You'd be like, yeah, I don't prefer a woman that has kids because it may have baggage such as the added responsibility and stress and obligations. It may be an inconvenience, okay? You may still be involved with your baby daddy or baby daddies. And if that's the case, that's really uncomfortable. A lot of men I really don't want to have to deal with multiple different men. You know what I mean? There could be baby daddy drama or baby daddies drama. I don't have time for that. Same for women. I don't have time for baby mama drama. You know what I'm saying? And then, it could be difficult if I get attached to your kids. You know what I mean? And I'm very, very maternal, when it comes to babies and toddlers and kids in general. Like, I love them. You know what I mean? Although I would prefer a man that didn't have kids, If you had kids, I'm very maternal. I love being involved with kids. I can get attached. You know what I'm saying? I can get real involved. And kids love me for some reason. Maybe because I got big ass eyes and shit. I don't know. But if we were to break up and all of a sudden I don't have access anymore to them or that connection anymore, that could be devastating. So those are some things to take into consideration. And that's my list, y'all. And we still got 305 of us in the building. That's beautiful. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe, y'all. Hit the notification bell. AEC says, I dated a woman with kids, and it was the worst experience. She had no idea how to raise them, and she couldn't even help them with homework. Too busy in her cell phone all day. And I'm going to leave on this note, because I don't want to make this video too damn long, because it's already long, but it's important. Single mothers out there, another component to this conversation could be the fact that maybe you aren't a good mother. That could also steer a lot of men clear of you. Very uncomfortable conversation. I understand. I may ruffle some feathers with this shit, but it is what it is. You could very well be a bad mother. And men of a certain caliber, they take all of that into account. They take all of that into consideration. They peep game on that shit. And they're like, man, if she don't even take care of her kids that she has now, how can I expect her to take care of children that we could potentially have together? If she's so busy in the streets, chasing up behind different niggas and shit like that, she always partying and clubbing. Her focus are not on her motherly responsibilities and all of that. How can I take this kind of woman serious? I need a queen. A queen knows how to properly raise children. So, ladies, don't shoot the messenger. But just to be real, men could also be very well passing your ass up as a single mother, not because of this list and things that are on it. It's a lot of men that could very well be open to that. They don't mind it because it's so common. It's so common to run into women that have kids. Men accept that shit. It is what it is. It's hard to find a woman that don't have kids. That's the new norm. It's normal to have a woman that has kids. But in your case, it could be because you are a piss poor ass mother, and I don't want nothing to do with that shit. Men see that. Real men, they see all of that. So we have to really be cognizant of that and take note of that and be like, you know what? am I turning men off not because I am a single mother or not because I have kids, but because I'm not doing shit with the kids that I do have? And men, real men don't like that. They don't respect that. They don't respect you, queen. They don't respect you as a mother, let alone a woman. So hell no, I don't want to build with you. You don't even know how to build by yourself. You don't even know how to raise the children that you have by yourself alone. A man is supposed to come through and add value. Key word, add value. The value is supposed to already exist. And a lot of y'all don't already have that value. So he's taking that into account and he's like, fuck nah. I want to come through and add to that. I want to come through and upgrade that, not hold it together. So ladies, if you got kids out there and you are a bad mother, you're not raising your children right, you're not disciplining them, you all up in the streets, all up on these different dudes, not taking care of your kids, not helping with the homework. Like, what kind of shit is that? Real men don't want you. That's why you keep finding fuck boys. But I'm going to go ahead and leave on that note, y'all. I love y'all. I respect y'all. I got to go to this damn store and cook because my husband wants this food. I spoiled the fuck out of him. He spoiled me too, so he deserved it. But I got to get in this kitchen and cook, but I got to go to the store first. I love y'all. Thank you so much for the likes, the shares, the comments, the subscriptions, the memberships, the donations, the purchases of my book. Again, you guys go cop. This is only $5.99. $5.99 for the next 17 days. All right? Thank you. I love you. I respect you. I hope I didn't ruffle too many feathers, but I got to be real with y'all. It is what it is. Okay? But I got to go. Much love, y'all. I see y'all in the comments with the 100s, the crowns, the blessings. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I got to go. Peace. Come on back. We go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central. Y'all come on back on Wednesday. All right? We're going to have some more dope discussions. And I very well may ruffle your feathers, but I'm trying to help you. All right? Peace. Thank you. I see y'all in the comments. Thank you, Queen. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Peace.